What's going on, y'all? Thunders and Thunderettes, if I can call y'all that still. I barely post about dragons, but I wanted to drop a video today about how hot it was. I don't know. I think the heat index was up to like 112, 116, something like that. And my dragons were out back, so I felt like even though it's shade back there, it's like 9 big old trees. I wanted to get them out here and let her get a little bit in the sun, because she had a lot of shade. So let her get some sun real quick. And this guy, he's in the shade right now because his tank is sitting with a lot of sun. It's more sun than shade, but he does have enough shade to not sit in the sun all day. And it depends on the time of day. When the sun rises, they barely get any sun. Midday, they get a little bit. When it sets is when they get a lot. And that's some good sunlight right there when it sets. Midday sun, if it was beaming on them all day, they'd probably die. They probably would. Like, Texas heat is crazy, man. And yes, bearded dragons love the hot temperatures. But if you have them just sitting directly in sunlight all day, it won't be good. Direct sunlight down here in Texas will kill anything and anybody. If it's for very long periods of times. I'm hoping he probably won't poop, but she might poop. And if she poops, I'll probably let her come in the house. I'm gonna let them free roam out here. Once it cools down, let them get some of this water soak for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna let them soak in these water tubs. And once they get done soaking, I'll let them free roam in the front yard. Maybe, yeah, I might let them free roam while I might have my son mow the yard and stay out here, but let them free roam in the front yard so they won't be in the 4x2x2 enclosure or the cages out back in the backyard. So let them get a little free roam in. But just wanted to drop a bearded dragon video and let's talk about a little bit about size. It's some guy in my group, Bearded Dragon Events, carrying keepers. He was talking about see you in a bit. You gone? Oh, but it's some guy in my group was talking about breeding a hypo translucent zero, and she's very small. I think Naga is probably 19 and a half inches, 18, somewhere around there. Matter of fact, yeah, she's about 19. This guy is 16 and a half, 17 inches. He would be 17 and a half if he didn't have a nipped tail. His tail got nipped when he was born at KP Critters. His tail was nipped by one of his clutch mates. But honestly, talking about the guy who was talking about breeding, if your dragon isn't 20 inches, at least 19 inches, 20, 21, 22, that's a sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I don't get it, man, why people want to breed small dragons. I consider these two dragons small. She's not really a small dragon per se. She has a nice build. Back muscle, legs are normally better looking. But she hasn't been doing she's not super duper active running around like she used to. And I just don't get it when the structure is bad, the size is, the length on them is short. See you in a minute. They short, not long dragons. I don't know, man. When you go to talking about breeding, it should only be stout, nice size, long, beefy dragons. Like, the size matters a lot, man. And I don't think a lot of people put enough thought into that. Like, the size of the dragon. A lot of dragons are just undersized. And even the hybrids with the central and eastern, the central mixed with eastern bearded dragon, a lot of those dragons are small, man. Like, they grow slow, you know. They are smaller. I think he's about to poop. Up, there we go. He's about to poop it out. Get it on up out of you, buddy. I don't want to see that on camera. But yeah, a lot of these dragons they be super duper small, man, and people be wanting to breed them. I'm like, no, stop, think about it, and don't do it. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get him out of the tub once he's done. Okay, cool. All right, come on, buddy. Let him out so he won't be sitting in poop. So he starts his free roam now. Hey, leave her alone, man. He starts his free roam, and she's still soaking. She was kind of a little dirty on the underside, so I want her to soak a little longer. Probably get her out of the sun. Let's see. Move, boy. Come here. He's trying to get in with her. Look at him. Look at her. But yeah, I don't think a lot of people just sit back and think about breeding, man. They just think about money. They don't think about the species. They don't think about furthering the species. They don't think about the betterment. They think about dollar bills, y'all. So yeah, man, I'm against breeding heavily. Like, I'm heavily against breeding. If you haven't been in the game, for like 15, 20 years, man, and you brand new to the bearded dragon world, don't even think about it, man. Don't think about breeding. Just get you a bearded dragon, one, and enjoy your pet. Have a pet bearded dragon and go on about your business. Only the people that's been breeding for decades, like Tammy at Dragon Tales and Amy at Upscales Classic Dragons and Optimum Reptiles, people like that, you know what I mean? If they've been around the block a few times, they've been in the game for some decades, or a decade at least, let them people breed. When you just get into the hobby, man, you get excited about these colors, the genetics, and you want to breed. I will admit, I did want to do 2 projects, and I ended up not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do 2 projects, and the only reason I wanted to do it, I wanted to produce some paperwork through the Fort Worth Zoo and the Dallas Zoo. I wanted to produce some paperwork about the genetics, the whiplet, the zero especially, you know what I'm saying? That's why I do have Naga. I did want to produce some 100% het zeros, and I wanted to do a experiment with a zero project, but I ended up not doing nothing. Please don't eat that waltz. But yeah, I ended up not doing it, man, just because, like, it's just not, I don't think anybody and everybody should be breeding, period, point blank. If you don't have like a professional setup, professional type facility, you really shouldn't be breeding, just period, man. And that don't I'm not just talking about bearded dragons. You see how tame my dragons is? It's a hawk flying up right now, about northwest of me, you know what I'm saying, flying